Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our lesson 7 of Arabic grammar course. Alhamdulillah, in our previous lesson, we have studied two phrases, murakkab, tawsifi and murakkab, idafi. Inshallah, in today's lesson, we will learn rest of the two phrases, murakkab ishari and murakkab jari, which you can see on your screen. Before inshallah I begin this one, I just want to share with you one small concept which is related to our previous topic of Murakkab Idafi. You remember in Murakkab Idafi we discussed that it has two parts, Mudaf and Mudaf ilay. Mudaf must fulfill two conditions, no alif lam and it must be light. And Mudaf ilay has only one condition, it must be in jar status. Now, there are few words in the Quran which are used. Whenever any of those words occur in the Quran, we say that this is mudaf. And what will come after it will be mudaf ilay. And this type of mudaf has a special word. At this stage, let's call it special mudaf. Clear? One more time. In Quran, you will come across a handful of words. Whenever any of those words will occur, you will say that this word is special mudaf, and what will come after that will be mudaf ilay. Now, what are those words? Let me show you. So, three words are here, zu, ulu, and sahibu. These are three words, and rest of them are in this chart. As you can see, this chart has all these words and their meanings are given as well. So when any of the word from these three or from this chart, when any of this word will come in the text, we will say this is special mudaf, and what will come after it will be mudaf ilay. Let me show you the examples. Ma, which means with, rasuli, with the messenger. Now ma is a special mudaf. Why? As you can see, it is in the list. You see, this is ma. And rasuli, because ma is special mudaf, that's why rasuli has become mudaf ilay, and that's why rasuli is in jar status, because mudaf ilay is always in jar status. Khalfa mean behind. Jidarin mean wall, behind the wall. Now, khalfa is in the list, as you can see, khalfa. You see, because khalfa is one of those words which are in this list. So khalfa will become special mudaf and jidarin will be mudaf ilay. As you can see, jidarin is in jar status because of khalfa. Okay. Zu ilmin. You see, let me show you the zu word. Yeah, you see, zu is in this word. Zu will become special mudaf and ilmin will become mudaf ilay. So zu ilmin, possessor of knowledge. Zu mean possessor. As you see in the Quran, zu quwwatin. Zu mean possessor and quwwati mean power. Possessor of the power. Okay. So zu mean possessor, and zu is one of those words which becomes special mudaf, and what comes after will become mudaf ilay, and that's the reason ilmin is in jar status. This one is a typing error. Sahibu. Sahibu should be first. Okay. Al-ghari should be after. Sahibul ghari. Okay. Sahibu is one of those words which becomes special mudaf, and because of sahibu, al-ghari will be mudaf ilay. So right sequence is sahibul ghari, which means companion of the cave. So okay. So remember these three words and these words in the chart. Whenever you see any one of them, they will become mudaf, and what will come after will be mudaf ilay, and this is called concept of special idafa. Now let's inshallah begin our third phrase, which was our actual topic of today, murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase. Okay. Now, phrase in which you are pointing to an object. Example, this book. So this is the pointing word and book is the object you are pointing to. That house, that is the pointing word and house is the object you are pointing to. Those boys. Okay. Now, this pointing word in Arabic we call it ismul ishara, and the object it points to is called musharun ilayh, and both of them together are called murakkab ishari. Now let me show you the example. Okay, before I show you the example, obviously you know the pointing words in English. What are the pointing words in Arabic? That's why I given you these charts. So if you are pointing to something which is near, this chart is for them. For singular object, if object is pair, if object is plural. So haza mean this, it's for masculine. Hazihi also mean this, but it is for feminine. Okay, and these haulai mean these, masculine, and if it is feminine, same haulai. So these either masculine or feminine, same word haulai, but for this, if it's masculine, this haza, if it's feminine, this hazihi. And for the pair, you have the for masculine hazani, for feminine hatani. If the object is far, at a distance, okay, then this is the chart. Okay, zalika mean that, but masculine. Tilka also mean that, but this is for feminine. Ulaika mean those, okay, but it is masculine. And by the way, same is for the feminine. So those, ulaika mean those, either masculine or feminine. And if it is two objects, if it is pair, zanika for masculine and tanika for feminine. Pause the video, look at these charts and be familiar with these pointing words in Arabic language. Inshallah, when we'll do the practice in the Quran, they will become, inshallah, more clear to you. Now let me show you example. Hazal kitab. Haza is the pointing word. Al kitab is the object it points to. Haza will be called, the pointing word haza will be called ismul ishara, and al kitabu, the object, will be called musharun ilay, and haza and al kitab together will be called murakkab ishari. Clear? Now remember these 2 points. Point number 1, musharun ilay, which means the object. Okay, musharun ilay will be proper. What it mean? You see this example, haza and al kitab. I use alif lam, al kitab. I did not say haza kitabun. Okay, I use this object kitab as a proper al kitab. So this is in the point in this point, that musharun ilay, which means the object, should be used in its proper form, not in the common form. What is the reason? Inshallah, we will learn in module 3. For now, just remember that object will be used in proper form. And last point, if object is non-human plural, it's plural, but it's non-human, we mostly use singular feminine pointing word. So if your object is plural, so common sense says that the pointing word should be plural. For example, those cars. Cars are plural, so use those. But in Arabic language, if your plural is non-human, as cars, in Arabic we call them sayyaratun, vehicles. Okay, sayyaratun. So it's a plural, vehicles. But if you want to point to the vehicles, you will either, if they are close to you, you say hazihi. Now, as you know, hazihi is a pointing word for singular feminine, which is near, which means this. And if they are far, you use tilka. Tilka means that, at a distance. Okay, but tilka is a pointing word for singular feminine, and sayyaratun are plural. But what we are learning here is that if your plural is non-human, the pointing word will be used singular feminine. That's what we are learning. Clear? Inshallah, when we'll practice this, we'll be more clear on this one. This is all you need to know about this murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase. Let's enter into our last topic. That is murakkab jari or prepositional phrase. As you can see from the name, prepositional phrase, a phrase in which you use the preposition. Now, combination of a preposition and ism is called prepositional phrase or murakkab jari. you will have one preposition and one ism. These two parts will become your murakkab jari. The word for preposition in Arabic is jar. Remember this word jar. That's why you have this jari. Okay, now obviously you know the preposition in English language. Let's learn the words for a preposition in Arabic language. Okay, ba, which means with, ta, which means to take an oath. Like, you know, some people say tallahi, I swear by Allah. So this ta comes for swearing. And ka means like. Lam means for. Wow is also for swearing or taking oath. Min means from. An means about. Fi means in. Ila means towards. Ala, upon. Hatta, until. This is the list of prepositions which are used in the Quran. Okay, now you need to read it multiple times, be familiar with it, but read it with the meanings. Okay, now the preposition is called jar, and the ism which comes after preposition is called majroor, and both of them together are called murakkab jari. Clear? One more time. Preposition will be called jar, and the ism which comes after it will be called majroor, and both of them together murakkab jari. Now remember one point, and this is the last point inshallah. Obviously, when you're using a preposition, ism which comes after preposition, which we call majroor, will always be in jar status. Remember this point. Let me say it one more time. In murakkab jari, you have two parts, preposition and ism, which means jar and majroor. This ism will always be in jar status. Why? Because of preposition. That's it. Okay, now let me show you the examples. Minallahi, min. You see, min, which means from, is a one of the preposition. So min Allahi, minallahi together is a prepositional phrase, which means from Allah. Min will be called jar. Allah, word Allah will be called majroor, and both of them together, min Allahi, will be called murakkab jari. As you can see, Allahi, word Allahi is in jar status. Why? Because it is coming after preposition. So whenever ism comes after preposition, it becomes in jar status. Okay. So sometimes you see preposition and a clear ism, but sometimes you see in this form as well in the Quran, a preposition and an attached pronoun. Okay, so sometimes it comes as preposition and clear ism, and sometimes preposition and attached pronoun. Example is min who. Min is the preposition and who is the attached pronoun, which means from him. Okay, min will be called jar, who will be called majroor, and min who together will be murakkab jari. Inshallah, in our next lesson, before we begin the third module, what we will do, I will show you from the Quran examples of all of these four phrases. We discussed two phrases in our previous lesson, and we discussed two phrases today. Alhamdulillah, all the four phrases have completed. Inshallah, in next lesson, we will do the practice from the Quran. I will show you the examples of all of these four phrases from the Quran. Do not forget, please do not forget, in the description of this video, I will attach this same presentation and complete notes for this lesson as well. Download them, watch the video, and read the notes. If you have any question, reach out to me, inshallah. I'm always available to you. Until next, barakallahu fi, jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.